Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your co-pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue on this journey of just getting a little bit more familiar with Chinese a day. It's really tiny incremental. Last time we talked about 紧锣密鼓. So Chinese have making these phrases of adjective, noun, and they're using their choice of the adjectives to describe nouns are very interesting. So overall, it's fast tempo, right? 国, 锣 and 鼓 are two type of drumming instruments. Then 紧 and 密, the adjectives are the 紧 is tight fitting, it's tight, and then 密 is density, it's a lot. Well, imagine the trees or natural phenomenon of how many count per square space, right? So that's density. It's interesting that Chinese using the spatial sense, either it's it's vertically 紧, like that kind of spatially 紧, or horizontally density, right? It's also kind of 紧. So today we're going to continue with the instrument 鼓. I didn't show a picture last time, but 鼓, it's purely a shape. We talked about this character before. So the left side is a drum set. 鼓 in ancient times is put on a wooden frame, and then the drum. The right side this is a hand, a simplified hand figure, kind of 3-finger thing, and then with the drumsticks over there. So that's the concept of 鼓. It's very visual. It's what instruments you have is a hand making sound. And 一, very visual again. It's just count as one drum, right? 一鼓作气. Actually, the 一 need to be changed in like the intonation need to be changed based on the 鼓, its third sound. So 一鼓作气 is a little bit sound awkward to Chinese ears. So a lot of times we just say 一鼓作气, kind of that way as a start. 一鼓, right? 作气. Anyway, it's a custom. There's not always logical or reasonable, but 一鼓作气 is the way it really pronounced, even if according to the book it's 一鼓作气. Okay, 坐 is here. You can see left right structure. The left side is the human figure, stick figure thing, and then put sideways it becomes like this, right? But originally it was written like this, right? Really stylized, elongated figure. And the right side actually means all of a sudden. So I don't exactly know how to explain that. That looks like surprising, like all of a sudden something. So a person all of a sudden. So that character put together, even if this is a sound maker, this is meaning maker. So it's a somebody all of a sudden doing something. Adopting the sound, but you can explain it from the all of a sudden, like both of them regard them as meanings. So a person all of a sudden, so it's like a person coming into action, a person from one state of like inertia or non-moving, static, become all of a sudden in motion. So we kind of derive meaning after meaning from that original setting of the characters. Person all of a sudden. So here it means generate or start to make or create. It's totally artificial. It's totally like based on the person have that currency inside themselves to start from not doing things to doing things. Qi, okay, is also very visual. It's one of the key concepts in Chinese. And I wonder if this is simplified Chinese, mainline Chinese Mandarin, Romanized sound marker. For Western speakers, QHQ doesn't make sense, like how to pronounce it's qi, right? But actually in Chinese it's qi, and qi in English, when it's translated from another sound marker labeling of Chinese language, is CHI. That way you can pronounce it as qi, qi, like a kind of romanize it, almost sounding like Chinese. Qi, it's a little bit different. It's qi, not chi, okay? When there is no tongue curling action inside your mouth, it's qi. It's pretty flattened sound when you press it out. Maybe I should have a pronunciation theory there. Okay, so here is visual. It's simply the air spiraling out. So hot air, we know, going outward, right? So that must be the observation of the ancient people who create this concept of qi to visualize it. So it's hot air going outward in a spiral form. So that way you can, I mean, the air, we're breathing air all the time and it's really invisible. So to make it visible, it's imagine the steam, right? So you can see the motion of the chair is different from water or from solid things. So it has its own like a beautiful, elegant, little bit like its relationship with the earth, with gravity is different from the other density of things. So it kind of going this way, right? So that Chinese used not just gas, not just air, but as a form of energy. So Chinese attach a lot of meaning to this character, qi. And when we say qi, what we really mean is a sort of like an intention or energy or something inside you that you can keep going, and that kind of almost like a motivation. So 一鼓作气, altogether one drum and generate energy. What does that mean? It came from the ancient battlefield. Okay, so I call it, I translate it as one breath, but it's like when you do something. Well, okay, let's get back to the battlefield, the origin of this expression. So in the battlefield of ancient times, it's especially Cold War era, right? People on horses or people on archery, all kinds of weapons that try to kill the other right side. So it's anti-human nature, right? I mean, maybe some very small percentage of humans bloodthirsty, right? They have so much predator in them that they enjoy killing. But majority of us, we living in community, we like our folks, and even if it is enemy or labeled as enemy, right? That's our mind work on us. But in some human layer, we will recognize it's just as human as us. Like to kill another living being looks like us, even if like maybe skin color different or eye shape different, whatever appearances, surface level, but in essence, it's the same species as us, so to speak. So to kill your same species, it's difficult. It's anti-human nature, I mean, to my understanding, right? So to do that in the time of Cold War era, that you really eye to eye, face to face with whoever you're going to kill, it really needs to break that barrier of your humanity holding you back. So yeah, it's a cruel situation, is kill or be killed. But to step forward and make that killing, I don't know, I have to imagine like how warriors back then have to think. So drumming was used on the battlefield, right? So it gives a sense of tensity. So it hypers your adrenaline or whatever to try to reach that point of breaking that barrier, that your human nature holding you back, so that you kind of instantly transform it to a killing machine, ideally, right? You without a self-criticizing, right? All that mental work in you. So you get rid of that, become a killing machine. And that's the moment when your army or your team are going to win on the other side. So drumming was used as the booster or the barrier breaker, then to make the warriors become a beast, so to speak. Then we have actually a saying of the first drum. On the first drum, it's the best. Like you hold the highest energy. It's almost like a dam, water, right? You have the highest energy to go all out fearlessly. And if it's on the second drumming, it's like already something done, right? You already made sort of some contact, encounter, some results already there. And now the condition becomes different, right? You already seeing things happening either on the winning side or the losing side. Something already happened. And then on the second drum, it's a different conditioning on the warriors. So it may not be as fearless as the first drum. And on the third drum, it's like dying, like you're done. Like on the third drum, so much blood shed, life lost. It's really like demoralizing either way on each side, right? It's really tough scene to see. It's traumatic, basically, right? So on the third drum, basically it's done. It's you don't really can have much either energy or motivation to boost yourself up to keep going as a killing machine. So 一鼓作气, 一鼓作气 actually talks about you're at a peak, you're the freshest of you, and then you're just giving all out, doing that one strike. That's your best strike of the day. So I translate it as one breath. I think it's not so bad. Basically, it's like applying to our relatively peaceful time that it's giving your best shot on the first try, basically. All right, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit lengthy, but there's a Ukraine war going on, so I'm kind of looking at the language, kind of having this historical war. This is imagined war. I mean, this angle plays to portray the hero of, but it's contemporary war looks very different, and in any case, it's lives lost. It's bloody. So, but in our language, so many expressions came from war behavior, war strategy. That's, I guess, part of life back then. So meeting ancient war when I'm sitting at contemporary war going, the format different, but same human, energy. Probably somebody is behaving on that drumming to kill, to defend, or to aggress. I don't know. But yes, the human psychology, we're still humans. We're still facing this difficult time. All right. Cash into the currency of thinking with me, Sophie. Just one word a day. See you another day.